time to goggle the rift, Commander. We've got to get to DeVries.
Good evening. On behalf of everyone in Auntie's family, I want to thank our hosts for securing this wonderfully austere venue to begin our negotiations for peace. With tensions being patched in
Be still,
Golden Ridge,
Cadre.
I am
But
certain we
don't
can
let
both
this
profit
interloper
from the
out of your
merger.
sight.
But surely the good Vicar
It's you,
Lloyd
is it
and
not?
his fellow
The one
shareholders
Agent
have some
DeVries
thoughts?
warned me to expect?
Madam Vice President,
Well, see
I
here.
and my fellow
If you intend to stop me,
counselors remind you
you're
that this
far
is
too
no
late.
merger, but an alliance. By ending the war, we may focus on the true threat to our society.
Our mission to
The
stop the
rifts.
talks is a righteous one. Why would I ever jeopardize it for the likes of you?
You can answer our questions now, or scream the answers later. Your choice.
You'll do no such thing. My willpower is stout, my loyalty unshakable. And even if by some low chance you could extract my knowledge, you'll never truly understand. If our deaths buy Agent DeVries and our comrades the time they need, so be it. That matters not. He lost his grit and turned traitor. But I am steadfast in my resolve. You hear me? Steadfast. I was warned you might try to lure me in with niceties, with professionalism, before going for the proverbial throat. I won't have it. But it doesn't matter what you do. The rest of our team is pushing forward. Agent DeVries is right. The only way to save us from destruction is to save the Order from itself. But why would you leave me be? This situation is markedly different. Those at the monastery were not standing in your path. Is it? I may not know of this Earth Directorate you speak of, but I can tell you are not one to be trifled with, if I wish to continue drawing breath. Which suddenly seems all I can focus on. Fine then, I surrender. See this screen? Agent DeVries' orders for each of her strike teams are here for the taking. One team is in the next chamber, in fact. They're using the Seer's codes to gain control of the automechs and secure the station. All while Agent DeVries makes for the forum chamber to eliminate the delegates. You'll also need this. Her guards have commandeered some frightful reinforcements, and you'd do well to find the control hub to disable them before you're spotted. That's my end of the agreement upheld. If you truly intend to stop her, best be on your way now. May the numbers guide you.
No time to waste. Let's have a look at those plans. We need to find us a fuse to get this whole thing operational again.
This is good. If the Protectorate's own leader is beyond his depth, he and his ilk won't anticipate an alliance.
He is not my sovereign.
Yes, right. Well, landing a strike against the Protectorate in this state will be something like wrangling a galloping breadworm.
I am unfamiliar, but I presume that to mean it will be without exertion. If so, then you are perhaps even more ignorant of Arcadia than I calculated. The Sovereign, guide him, is as ineffective as you've suggested, but his advisor, the Consul, is not. These executions, these impulsive attacks, are solely his influence.
Solely? You're previous sovereign was rather draconian himself, if your own history books are to be believed. Do not act like the current rot emerged from nowhere.
I could perhaps say the same for you and your reputation for putting profits over people. But instead, I suggest we pivot our discussion back to the real matter at hand.
Auto-mechanicals. Twice as hard to kill and half as fun.
Terminating search. Results uncertain.
After some quick mental calculations, I do see merit in your last declaration. It was astonishingly logical, in fact.
How charming that I've surprised an esteemed man such as yourself. In turn, I wish to thank you for toning down your bloviating. I feared we'd still be here next fiscal quarter.
Yes, you must be quite busy between product launches and counting bits. But I will be here as long as it takes to ensure the order isn't taken advantage of by duplicitous efforts. I'd like to discuss your efforts on Paradise Island. We may have no physical presence there, but we are watchful. Our observations suggest that matters have been delicate.
Yes, but things have taken somewhat of a turn. After the Protectorate destroyed their own relay out of madness, we have seen little resistance to our residents.
Well, we welcome the news of your advances. However, it is worrisome that it took the assistance of a freelancer for you to finally secure your hold. Worrisome indeed.
Once more to Golden Ridge. I'm grateful we could come to an accord after that unfortunate attack on Outpost Opportunity, but many...
Of course. Allow me to also dismiss our case now then. The true culprit of the attack was a doctor named Svoboda. My brave colleagues found her out and promptly executed her.
Ah, so the Order is capable of decisive action. I had doubts after hearing about your monastery. Even though the hostages yet live, this crime happened under your purview.
I would remind you that these innocents survived because of our quick and accurate analysis of the situation. Do not
Ridiculous. Next you'll be claiming for all of your past failures. The mere prediction of that rival years ago sent you into a tizzy. Isn't that right?
According to my analysis prior to this meeting, enough goodwill exists between our parties to suggest a high chance of success, should a treaty or alliance be agreed upon.
Treaty? As in a contract? Goodness, there's no need to rush into such formalities, Vicar. Especially when so much has yet to be discussed.
This unit welcomes you two. My records do not indicate that any author praise.
Let's have a look around. See if there's anything that will help us create more mayhem.
If we formed an alliance, say, within the next month, we would
Got my left on an unfriendly
protector at hand.
How did you arrive at this estimation? What model did you utilize? Which metrics?
Oh, you see, I'm renowned for my ability to read a room, as we call it in my business, where common sense meets observational data, you might say.
I'm starting to get an eerie feeling, like someone's got their lamps on us.
You'll go no further, infidel. This next shot will miss.
Not a good look, Commander.
What are you doing down there? Cross that bridge and see how well you
Hey, gotta distract me. I'm not ready.
Swine. We're almost through here. Nothing left but to take the lift to DeVries.
entertain a tentative agreement. I hereby agree that both of our parties will lay down their arms. For now.
I am pleased to hear it. There is no need for senseless bloodshed when we may yet come to an accord.
I remind you that a contract signing may still be a ways off, but we might consider the hierarchy between our parties should we wish to proceed with a merger, an alliance.
No, we wouldn't want any unseemly quabbles over power. Especially when presiding Bishop Ruth Bassar already possesses the foresight necessary to lead a colony and better its people.
Where's their security detail? It's like they're asking to be killed. Amateurs.
Officer Carr has proven that, exploiting weaknesses in the Protectorate to great effect. Do you have such guile?
So you think that your people should rule? I don't wish to denigrate your military's knowledge here, but Arcadian matters are best suited for Arcadians. We actively collect data to understand how to serve our people, after all. Look no further than the abbot, who welcomed refugees to Matriarch's mercy.
Yet he struggled to feed and house them properly. The poor man was clearly overwhelmed.
You have a nasty habit of arriving at the wrong time, Commander.
It's over, Augustine. Nowhere left to run. No more lies you can peddle or people you can burn. Your rewards come due.
Ibarra, I was unaware of your survival until recently. Believe it or not, I was happy you survived. But to see you still seeking solace in the Commander's shadow is disappointing. You could have done anything with your life. Shrugged off the bad memories. But now you're both here to meddle. Law knows why. Huh, certainly. And then I'll brew us some tea and we can gossip about the latest pitchball matches. Do you think me an idiot? I've no interest in continuing this little reunion. What happened in Horizon Point, well, I had no choice but to do as I did. And I'm prepared to do the same again. These delegates you came to save, I'm killing them both, and any hope for peace will die along with them. This is the only way if we hope to close the rifts before it's too late. Well, it certainly didn't take long for your insolence to rear its ugly head. Taking one life or two, or losing my own, matters not, so long as I complete my mission. The one I started, but the Order saw fit to abandon. You don't know the half of it. Everything. The Order is on the verge of learning how to control the rifts. They just need the right data, and a prototype modulator that's hidden away in a Protectorate lab on Praetor. But like the Protectorate before them, Auntie's Choice must never have access to that technology. No. The Order's seers approached me after I arrived in Arcadia, and proved to me that I needed to act, to stop the Protectorate's rift research from annihilating our galaxy. You were an unwelcome variable. Prior knowledge could have changed your actions, and the seers had predicted that you and your team would perish in the process regardless. I tried to put it out of mind when you and I first spoke. I had to focus. But all I could think of was the cost I was being asked to pay to ensure the mission's success, and I forced myself to complete it. I trusted that with Horizon Point's destruction, humanity might be saved, but it wasn't. It was only the start. I must finish what I started. That's not what happened. Your presence disrupted their equation, and the mission could not risk failure. And I didn't kill any of you. I simply did not interfere.
Sure you ain't kin to Auntie Cleo? Because you sure as hell know how to pass the buck.
Whatever you think of me, it wasn't so simple to sit back and listen as they met their ends. Every instinct I had was yearning to act, but I could not. I know the distinction matters not to you, but it does to me. And what happened there forced me to search for a way to stop the rifts. To stop the thoughts that plagued me. You recall what I said of the rift modulator, of the data? It's the only way to control the rifts, and only the Order can be trusted with this power. You know who these corporatists are, how they deal with their competitors. Imagine now how a war spurred by greed might be won, when fought with rifts instead of guns. You see? The Order must not sacrifice their principles for a childish attempt at peace. If they don't complete the mission they started, everything I have done will have counted for nothing.
Enough! Just enough, Augustine. I can't listen to any more of these excuses. I've got all the answers I needed, Commander. She's gone over the threshold and ain't no bringing her back. Best we make this quick, before she can hurt anyone else.
You think you have it in you to pull the trigger, Ibarra?
Had 10 years to practice. Give the order, Commander. How many times do you need a snake to bite you to realize its nature? She's shown us who she is, Commander. She's showing us again right now. You're wrestling fire here. You know that, right?
It doesn't matter. Nothing you can say to me will change the issue at hand. If I'm to give the Order the means to close the rifts, the peace talks must end. 2 dead delegates? That's a fair price to pay. We've paid worse. Is that so? Please then, enlighten me on how you might save the Order from itself. They may try. Though we both know those corporatist vultures wouldn't take the snub kindly. When Auntie's Choice sees power in what the Order has, they will take it. But even if what you say is true, there's no undoing the past. Not for me. I don't belong here. And the Earth Directorate's nothing more than a memory. This mission is all I have. So if you won't leave me to carry out my plans, Commander, then all that's left is your bullet. Savannah. I was never a good friend to her, even when she was all I had. Sometimes I thought her a fool for putting such faith in me. But if she still does, maybe. No, it doesn't matter. You've made it clear you despise me for what I've done to you, to your crew. Now you wish to convince me that you want me to live? Do you actually? I want nothing more than that, but I just didn't understand there was another path I could take. Not until this moment. I see now that my judgment has been compromised. So we will do this your way. No harm will come to the delegates, and I will stand down. But there's more you should know. I've recovered a cartridge from the Earth Directorate satellite I brought down. It's here, with me, and it contains the rift data gathered from every system they monitor. If you process this data, you can use it to improve the prototype rift modulator on Praetor. Once that's finished, the rifts can finally be closed. Everyone will be saved. That's kind. But there's a reason I only ever worked alone, Commander. I'm at my limit. I know you can save us. And this cartridge will at least give you a head start. There's also a high-priority message from the Chief of Ops on there. I was unable to decrypt it, but you certainly have the means to do so on your ship. It may be 3 years old, but hopefully the information it contains is still relevant. Here, it's yours. May the numbers guide you, Commander. Wait, what in the void is that?
station's not gonna hold up against that rift for long. We need to get back to the incognito now.
Follow me! Quick, quick! Keep moving! I'm right behind you!
This is an urgent message for all Earth Directorate agents. The spatial rift situation has deteriorated significantly. The rifts threatening a majority of our colonies and our Earth Directorate bases, including this one, have entered their final stages. If you see a rift that looks like this, you are in grave danger. You have at most a matter of months before everything in your local system is destroyed. The seriousness of this situation cannot be overstated. Therefore, Directive Alpha Omega is hereby invoked. You are fully authorized to do everything in your power to find a way to close the rifts. Along with this message, the entirety of our rift data has been sent to your local surveillance satellite. Analyze this data. Law willing, you will find a way to unlock any secrets it has resisted yielding to us. The fate of humanity now depends on you.
Acknowledging receipt of emergency mission parameters update, including activation of Directive Alpha Omega. Commander is now released from any and all agent guidelines. The full parameters are as follows. The agent has full authority to handle the mission in any manner they see fit. No exceptions. The extreme nature of stated emergencies supersedes any other considerations. I have also detected competing priorities in the new mission objectives. The surveillance data from the satellite confirms DeVries's assertion of a prototype modulator on Praetor that may be used to manipulate rifts. Acquisition is required to be able to bypass any new or existing miniature ground-level rift anomalies you may encounter. You are also tasked with finding a way to process the Earth Directorate rift data. The archive computer on Cloister would be best suited to this purpose. Agents are permitted to cooperate with local governments and other political entities at their discretion, even under normal directives, which you are no longer bound by. Both Auntie's Choice and the Order have previously controlled the archive, and may be open to working with you to regain access. Seeking their assistance is recommended. Coincidentally, both delegates also escaped the station and have sent messages expressing gratitude. It seems they feel they owe you their lives and have asked to meet with you at their respective headquarters. Returning to mission objectives. Do you have a preference for which to pursue first, Commander? Acknowledged. Due to the rift's expansion, Both Cloister and Praetor show a high preponderance of miniature rifts. Proceed with caution. It is worth noting that the Order of the Ascendant is headquartered on Cloister. You have also received a message from Auntie's Choice. This unit can relay its contents now, should you wish. The message has also been sent to your private terminal. Greetings, morally gray potential contractor. You've been pre-selected for membership in Auntie's Choice Esteemed and Valuable Disposable Agent Program. Report on board the ACS Undisputed Claim for details on this exciting opportunity. Signed, Auntie Cleo. It appears you now have permission to visit Auntie's Choice headquarters aboard its flagship, Commander. You may use the astrogator to navigate there at any time.
Commander, word? What happened back there? We had her cornered, bullets chambered, justice within reach, and you just let her go? What am I supposed to do with that? How am I supposed to trust you the next time a tough choice has to be made? Then why'd you do it? Mercy's a fine concept, but I'm not convinced everyone deserves it. Just hope we don't come to regret our stayed hand. I'm gonna need time to muddle through all this, so let's just end things there, for now.
I only hope we do not pay for this decision in the future.
Saving the delegates from DeVries took considerable effort, dear. Of course you could, but you didn't. They still might have a role to play if we're to close the rifts. Suppose you can ask. When all is said and done, are those in your ledger any less dead than mine? That so? Hadn't thought you'd felt that way. Didn't take you for a... Some were proprietary. Often they involved forms of subtle persuasion. They all...
There's wouldn't happen to be the universe trying to tell us something. By the way, what DeVries said about anyway, appreciate you hearing me out.
Commander.
Our Agent Ibarra refers to this as somatic tolerance.
This is Anti-Cleo, offering a warm welcome to all visiting Anti's Choice employees, affiliates in training, and ethically gray consultants who labor with committing to a side. Always remember, commercialism is the foundation that Anti's Choice Society is based upon. Because we worship bits, but because of the system's glorious efficacy. While the Protectorate decide what its subjects get.
These rats are due for even. Where are the ones found for later?
Decisions as consumers. What's more, we skip the frivolously lengthy approval process our overbearing neighbors employ. Why wait 20 years to bring a new product to market when we can enhance people's lives now? As a responsible member of society, we allow you to take part in public product. Respecting your right to... You pest. Effects as an early adopter.
You go on ahead. Shilly-shally.
Please have identification, transfer work, and a reasonable bribe at the ready. Ah, you're not a transfer or visiting Auntie's Choice employee. I'll need to check your current standing with corporate affairs. Well, you're in luck. Auntie's Choice is hiring outside contractors, and an Earth Directorate agent should fit the bill nicely. Well, still need to check your record, I'm afraid. Alrighty. Commencing review. Estimated wait time? Unknown. Really? Reads like a recap of an Aetherwave drama. You're clearly a valued partner of Auntie's Choice. But your standing with us could be higher if you accepted our special offer. All it requires is allowing us to affix an Auntie's Choice holo advertorial inside your ship, so you can bear our messaging with pride and share it across Arcadia. Go on ahead anyway. You're a valued partner after all. Enjoy your time on the ACS Undisputed Claim, the pride of Auntie's Choice corporate war fleet. Here's a ticket to the first stop on the Profit Mover Trimicular. From there, make your way through the Esplanade to the head office tower reception desk for details on our exciting contract opportunity.
It's time for profit. Starting with development. Butter of our entire operation. Thanks.
This area is for client intake specialists only. Oh, I admire your go where I want out.
Sales of new and improved stimulants and nutrition supplements.
Trimicular, arriving any moment now. Approaching station. Client intake.
Brad crisps.
Since corporatists always look to build things as cheaply as possible, this thing will likely fly off the tracks and kill us all.
You have questions? We have answers. Anything you need to know about this fine location for a minimal price. Well, farewells are free.
Get results. Writ large in black ink. Yes, the ACS Undisputed Claim is not only our corporate headquarters and flagship, it's the heart of our efforts to spread unbridled self-betterment and free trade across the galaxy. Our flagship also sports a bustling commercial promenade where you'll find a wide assortment of products, wares, and miscellaneous bric-a-brac from all Auntie's Choice departments.
Hey, you traveling with anyone? I heard an Inez Silong was traveling with someone matching your description, but she ain't here, evidently. I do indeed. I was hired by a soldier named Ortiz to find her. And well, reckon this is close enough. Here, take this cartridge and deliver it to her. You didn't even try to negotiate payment for completing the job. Consider that a learning for next time. Until next time.
Smell that? It's consumerism. Tourism. And Sprat crisps.
Oh, hey, think you dropped something?
The recipe of our exclusive cocktail is our most closely guarded secret.
Hey, go-getter, get yourself over here.
Try the Raptidon Bite today.
From our nutritious tobacco line.
Auntie's family, your purchases drive our perpetual growth and fund the...
Experience the most sought-after inebriants on the hunt.
You. Yes, you. The maverick outsider with a dynamic joie de vivre.
Horse comestibles! Horse comestibles! We're literally giving them away! Principle. Enjoy and artificially enhance through the conspicuous consumption.
Who do you think's getting this big promotion?
Trinicular. Arriving.
Effective little front stabber.
Which do you like invading?
Can't tell the difference
whatever
between
side
cover and
weapon you
concealment.
need to
Oh,
make
that
all
protector
your
DA thing is downright unnerving. But at least they don't worship numbers or some such.
Why do I feel like we're about to meet some of the most annoying?
I see you decided to accept my invitation. Good. I do hate having to follow up. Ordinarily, reception here would detain you in a whole song and dance, but you're no common contractor. You're my honored guest. And as such, I've informed them there's no need. I wanted to formalize my gratitude for your assistance on Greater Tranquility Station. What a shame our negotiations were so violently digressed. I felt we were making real progress, notwithstanding a subsection or two. In fact, that is what I summoned you here to discuss. Some messages have indeed been sent hither and thither through back channels. Alden remains convinced an agreement can be reached, and I concur. Mayhaps we're both overly optimistic, but if there's even the remotest chance of bringing the Order and Auntie's Choice together, the profit from doing so far outweighs the risk. To begin, you'll need to gain favor with both the Order and Auntie's Choice. I expect the Order will want you to, I don't know, clap some chalkboard erasers together or something. Do whatever you must to earn an audience with our respective leaders and convince each to agree to meet and continue the negotiations. You're confident, of fine quality, at certain occupational tiers, but mind that you're not overconfident. Auntie hates grandstanding. Obviously, you will need help to smooth over any points of contention during the negotiation, which will require some verbal finesse, but worry about that step upon reaching it.
Capital. As I mentioned before, you'll first need to earn an audience with the presiding bishop and our very own chief executive before this plan can go ahead. When it comes to the order, approach their laureates. They seem to run things. On our side, work with the VPs, improve their opinion of you, and gain their trust. Oh, and you might see about improving your oratory skills in the meantime. Persuasive rhetoric will certainly be valuable during the upcoming negotiations. Certainly. Aren't you adorable? Next, you'll be asking me to name a time I overcame adversity in the workplace. What is anyone apart from the function they perform? To wit, I am my job, and I rather think such an esteemed position speaks for itself. If price matters, there's the bottom runger. Dingy little watering hole on the Esplanade. Not glamorous, but you won't contract anything fatal from the drinks there. Probably. But for a person of means and taste, the best choice is undeniably the finest gin mill on board. They tried to name a drink after me once, you know, but I refused. Too gauche. You'll find the best choice in the upper portion of the promenade. Oh, answering that would come dangerously close to upward communication, which is not something we advocate in Auntie's Choice. Wouldn't want the junior ranks getting the idea that they can review or, law forbid, critique their seniors. Suffice to say, Auntie Cleo is without peer, quite literally. This corporation would be adrift without her as our steady bellwether.
Attention, morally gray outside. Hello, daring self-determinivist, stalwart seeker of self-betterment, or rapacious as in Ida. Idas help explore the wilds. Now, and remember.
Wonderful to meet you. C.F. Pendergrass III. Strategic while it was those ill-fated peace talks.
Yes, we've all kept tabs. Auntie and I have spoken about you several times now.
Indeed. It is our pleasure to meet you, and I am beyond tickled to welcome you to Auntie's Choice.
At Auntie's Choice, we make things happen. If you want to move something along swiftly, you come to us. If you want to endlessly dither about numbers, talk to the
You, my friend, are being given the opportunity of a lifetime. Auntie's Choice has a dynamic new vision, and we need a specific kind of go-getter to make it happen. Wonderful! Your first assignment, something unexpected, or in truth.
If I understand correctly, they're having, something of a... They've stopped working. The workers there...
They expressed, and I know this is going to sound...
Specifically, they stated, until we meet their demand.
Marvelous! Knew you could. Though do use caution. We don't know what sort of virus or brainwashing might have infected...
They survive just fine. Think of the shareholders.
Dear law! What a bunch of devious
So what do you suggest we do about such an utterly unheard of situation? It is absolute negotiate. As in...
No, Ursula. That is exactly why we've hired you as my brand new perturbation ameliorator. You wonderful. You'll go to Praetor, meet the plants.
I have zero doubt Auntie and I will be completely impressed by your efforts. Unless...
Commander, a moment of your time, if you would. Commander, I'm glad I managed to intercept. There's something of utmost importance I wish to discuss. Relax, Commander. You are not under my authority to I received a message from a close friend of mine. His message claimed he had information relevant to the... You asked before, and I did not mention it. But with Virgil's message, I now must warn you. Our mentor... But we have needed evidence. It has been some time since the two of us last crossed. If he, too, seeks the perpetrator of the Supreme Arbiter's death, and he, too... It was actually Virgil, but... There have been occasional, rare instances where treating a subject... Very good. I hope we shall see him at your earliest convenience.
Commander? Commander, ain't her. Would you watch the message with me? Or we otherwise parted ways?
Inez, it's Ortiz. Should've known. Lied.
Commander, will you help me? We keep...
Hey, anyway, that's all I wanted to say. Only felt right to clear the air. I've learned...
This unit has also been...
I hope Virgil has been doing well since... I have not yet brought the Supreme Arbiter's murderer. I'm pleased you've changed your mind. Perhaps less...
If x is the square root of -1, and you distribute the two binomial... Happy to provide unbiased observation. Ah, your young colleague. Oh, he seems like a... You want me to say something nice, dear? She has an aptitude for killing. She possesses... Her model is a design... Whatever's on your mind. Consider yourself lucky. I was tasked to influence. Our department was shuttered shortly after, to put it mildly. May the...
A short-range transmission just came. He's requesting we meet him at the tomb of the matriarch, here on Praetor. He did say he'd reach out to us. Turn your lamp on that building over there. Reckon that's where we'll be able to get our hands on the rift modulator.
Protectorate control of Praetor has largely been achieved through the maintenance of a blockade. A survey of Praetor indicates there may be an alternate route past the blockade via the Automech factory.
Impressive for a lightning rod.
Oh there. Approach the gate and identify yourself if you're looking for access.
about to enter territory controlled by Auntie's choice. Act accordingly, or you'll end up as close friends with the inside of a raptidon.
If you won't let us sleep
I've
for
heard of
eight,
it. A
you
strong
get charged for
your
stimulants!
employer to death. Sounds cathartic.
And we're definitely making her miserable.
Just so I'm clear, we're not.
Bitch.
Welcome to Auntie's Fine Product Revitalization Center, where we create tomorrow's brands today. I assume you are the disruption ameliorator from home office? It was about damn time you got here. This labor stoppage has put us almost a full week behind schedule and is making me look quite the fool. Some ne'er-do-wells, have incited our workers to halt all work. They've taken to making demands and carrying on about basic dignity and human rights. It should go without saying that such flights of fantasy have no place inside Auntie's Choice, and if we were still in Tau Ceti, they would face grave consequences. Nevertheless, here, we must focus on getting these ingrates back to work, and remind them that they're damn lucky to have Auntie's Choice to dedicate their lives to. You're asking me? That clearly is your domain. Running this invaluable facility on Angie's behalf is mine. As a managerial administrativist, and when I say I, it is critical that you understand that as director of this facility, I should effectively be treated as though I were an executive. Is that clear? Well, there's no call for rudeness. It's unnecessary, unprofessional, and distracts us from the important business that I have the direct authority to dispatch you upon. This plant relabels dated items with new Auntie's Choice trademarks and slogans. It is critical to keeping revitalized products on the shelf for consumers hungry for something new. So, the workers may be unhappy, but they must realize their comfort is a distant second to Auntie's delivery schedule. Or in short, they need to get back to work. My workers are striking people now? How very alarming. We must resolve this before things get even further out of hand. They've appointed some kind of leader, and he's the one you have to talk to. His name is, Dummy? No, that's not right. Dunce? Dummer? Dumbly? Dunbar. It's Dunbar. I believe he has demands, but I can't be bothered to remember what they were. They alter the generous terms Auntie offers, and so are egregious and should be rejected. You will find him up on the landing pad with some of his minions. Go help him understand the situation so everyone can get back to work. That clear? Best of luck to you. Remember that your actions don't just reflect on you, you are also representing me, which is to say, you are also representing Auntie. Do us proud.
It's
Heads up, make some space. We've got a sanctioned
With
non-employee
no
professional
rest and no
caller coming out.
downtime, we shouldn't pay for Adrena time! Others get the exact same pay, but only work 12-hour days! No more, we don't want to make demands, but no more being in bottles and cans! We don't want to make demands, but no more
That's
being
right,
in
folks.
bottles
Keep
and
the chanting
cans!
going. I can see the overseer up in her office, and we're definitely making her miserable.
With no rest and no downtime,
I ain't aiming to seem rude, but I got a lot to deal with right now. Unless this is mighty important, I'll respectfully ask to be left to my business. Settle my complaints? How exactly you planning that? Auntie's got to prioritize worker prosperity over productivity. What we've got now is, poor, labor retention techniques? What's going on is, remind me again?
An inhospitable occupational environment that ignores worker safety and health concerns.
Right, that.
They work 20-hour shifts, which requires stims to endure that are charged at a premium. Adrena time is actually cheaper on the undisputed claim than it is here. And if that inhuman brutality isn't enough to offend basic decency, they're also barred from using the restroom throughout the business day. Their 20-hour business day. It is an unconscionable condition to keep these workers in. I can't imagine how hard it is for them to coordinate their daily duties.
It has been incredibly difficult. And very, very messy. And finally, we realized we'd had enough. Our shifts need to be reduced to 12 hours a day. 4 hours of personal time ain't even enough to rest, much less get any actual living done. Second, if we gotta work those long hours, we want free Adrena time. Bad enough it's making everything taste like we're gnawing nickel pads. Having to pay for the pleasure's too far. Finally, we want all-day bathroom access. Expecting us to fit our necessities into the same 4 hours is just mean. Plus, between us, most folk ain't, if you get my meaning.
If you won't let us sleep or eat, you can't charge us for stimulating!
Everyone's talking. Seems like there's been a shakeup in our leadership. Then we'll get back on the line. I don't have a bit in my pocket to offer you, but I will write a glowing recommendation in my next employee self-review.
trio versus the Moon Man is a ballad for our ages. A thing of legend, to be handed down for a modest fee to each successive generation. Spacer's choice swollen-headed mascot represents the worst impulses of old corporations.
Welcome back. We understand you've been a very busy little manti-wasp. Well, out with it.
Yes, time is bits. Tell us how it went.
Is that so? How exactly was she the problem? Her employee reviews had all been well enough to keep her in that position. Well, that simply cannot stand. Not only must the corporation always come first, but I would expect someone who achieved her level of success to have far more tact than that. Besides, you can't hurl a bottle of Fizzos on the claim without hitting a low-level manager. She's easily replaced.
Your instincts are every bit as good as we were expecting. Keep up that kind of go-getting, and you'll absolutely be going places.
Anything else you'd like to report? Your performance at that facility went exceedingly well, all things considered, and it was an ideal first step in effecting my monopolistic mercantile methodology plan.
There you go again, pinning your career to that flim-flam mathematical malarkey. What do a bunch of eggheads know about marketing? Marketing isn't some rigmarole you can plug into a computronic dude.
Yes, suppose we should...
I'm the head of our proprietary Insight Acquisition Division. The Protectorate have a process called mental refresh. Auntie wants details on their methodology, attitude like that, a few aspirational goals, if possible.
Which is to say, we'll make it more...
See you when it...
For the next fiscal semi-decade, credit where... due. To me, as your chief executive, I foster...
Don't let us keep you.
Good luck, my ameliorator. Remember, you can't spell heinous ascetic without Auntie's choice.
Your welcome employees have a...
And then what we have to do is
got my lamps on an unfront. and I'll take care of him, Commander.
Can't say I'm too fond of that noise. We're meeting what's making it.
Attention, Commander. There may be valuable parts at this location that can improve this unit's functionality. Performing a thorough search of the automech factory is advised, should you wish to maximize your Valerie unit's combat effectiveness. Building factory schematics. It is likely the desired parts are being stored somewhere on the ground floor.
Hey! Got a distraction for you! I'm at susceptible to...
A lot. Look out, Commander! Don't make me offend
Subjects, a security breach has been detected. A full laboratory lockdown is now in effect. Repeat, this is a full laboratory lockdown. Stay calm, remain vigilant, and obey security personnel. And always trust that the Sovereign protects.
I'll be trying that thing out later. And no, I wasn't asking.
vibratory lockdown has been lifted, and your faith in the Sovereign has been reaffirmed. You may resume normal activities. Either restore my life or event.
Alive. Who needs to die? Who's there?
Hostile spot! Directorate personnel, only beyond this point. Leave immediately.
Guns cocked and loaded. Just get the signal.
Invasive element.
Taking cover!
Malcontents, liquored up on art at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why mental refreshment is so important.
Any about? About to stop.
I spy my next victim. The hostiles about.
Spy move!
All on the wrist. Swine.
Sustain the system!
Either restore my life or avenge my death! What a grudge, you know. I'm alive. Who needs to die? It's a fight. It's a fight.
Our enemies envy our prosperity, disdain our sense of community. They sneer. Is a fellow subject lacking the appropriate zeal for their— Come in! Come right— and be refreshed. Post haste. It's not—
Are you ready to realign the paradigm?
To shed all manner of imperfect thoughts, all it takes is some light instruction,
A restorative cocktail, and a quick dip into the lathe of particularity to abrade your imperfections.
I'm Head Refresher Ghoul, and I guarantee
when you exit our doors, you will be a productive member of our perfect society again.
Soon you'll say, goodbye, imperfect thoughts. Hello, contentment.
That was a nice tap on the old brain pad.
Welcome to the... You're not on my schedule.
Right. That's why we're here.
Oh, you appear to have questions. A telltale sign of our facility's induction corridor is accompanying and a brief spritz of our very own Placid Waters Wellnitarium is the prime right as rain neighbor, right at... Oh, it is the duty of every subject to submit for a quick mental tune-up whenever we experience imperfect thoughts. I've undergone the procedure myself. Several times, they say. No, simply step over to my automechanical colleague to my left, / you're right, and it will...
Greeting. Subjects of Query 1. Concisely characterize your personal perspective. In the Query 2. Rate your... the Query 3. Do you ever fall a final query? How would the formula now? Your realignment with the paradigm begins now.
By head refresher Gould, the top cognitive divisor responsible for making the mental refreshment process more refreshing.
I'm Wayland. I could leave.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so very important to ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder why does...
Try to blend in.
Read. Hello. That of only internal. Why? It's just follow pondering. I once possessed. I am newly. I only experience refresh.
Their team plays. Oh, you're new. Must be. You still retain that look of inquiry and deliberation. I'm Waylon. Nope, they say my phrenometric peaks are a facilitator. I couldn't leave. My commemorative pitch ball. I had to turn it. One way out's the safest. I'll...
Medicament dispensable has concluded for today.
Settle down, everyone. Lecture's playing. Prepare to be edified.
For today's topic, we'll touch on why our program is so very important. Ignorant, misguided outsiders may wonder, why does the protectorate need a judgment? Doesn't it inhibit personal freedom? Yet...
Hey there. Parasites identified.
Step aside.
It's ready to wait. On your command.
Quickly moving to cover.
Over here. You lot could hit the bomb detected. Susceptible to danger.
Uh-oh. Commander's almost dead.
Te dá o poder da inteligência artificial?
Got some bad
It is the dude.
Ooh, an enemy.
Hostiles near.
Don't hurt him, please. You're not here to harm him, are you? If so, I must warn you, I will defend the sop. Yes, you'll have to forgive him right now. Since then, he has been receiving. Well, that all stopped after it. No, just go, please. Just leave us. Just leave.
Hey, what's that sound? Why is the wall look so...
Well, this is... even... To what end are you here? A proposal. Adequate... So, what of the order? What say you about Auntie's... You're in the Protectorate. We have the best of everything. Food, technology. Perhaps you'll consider a brief stint in the lathe of particularity once we're... Well, you've raised some interesting points, I suppose. You don't think I'd send thousands through the process? Our subjects have... Taken as a whole, yes, it's true. I am... Now, what next? Really? That's exceptionally flattering. Might I ask for a few additional particulars? For instance, what is the title of the role?
Wait. I was led to believe my case required minimal treatment. But that last session, that was far more intensive. Strong observation, Your Sublime Radiance. We set the lathe to the
Feel free to
maximal
scavenge
radiant
around.
setting. Per
It's not as if anything
maximal. Who authorized you to use that setting? I demand the name of my betrayer!
Subject is exhibiting increased agitation upon exiting the lathe, consistent with extreme cases. Further abradement recommended.
Who are you speaking to?
You find
Are you
here will be
recording
any
this?
use to your master.
Enough of this farce! Release me at once!
It is the duty of every Protectorate subject to ensure they are operating at peak efficiency at all times. The paradigm requires it. That's why...
Condensate. Live, love, spacer on the...
Always remember, commercialism is the foundation anti-choice society is.
I see you're back from the Protectorate.
Our team at Proprietary Insight Acquisition has been salivating over the potential...
Of course you did, my most...
Head refresher, Gould. Now, I assume you won't mind. We have a few. Our people will extract details about the pharmacology and methodology. That will all no doubt prove useful. Can't say I like the sound of that.
How truly unfortunate.
What else can you tell us about the place? Turn up any additional details? What else? But still, they keep on Oh, good to know, good to know. Excellent. Along with and more for converting head refresher. All right. For your next...
Congratulations. Your storied success.
So your preliminary chores are complete. Oh, finally, a contractor with a I remember you from before. Tell me, as an outside agent, do you have any quandaries working with our organization? Well, I appreciate the clarity. Do hope you'll forgive these two. They're competing for a rather significant... So, you've been advancing a fair... Certain communications have even been exchanged between our ship and the Order's headquarters. You've spoken to the delegates, yes? A cessation of hostilities could present any number of potentially profitable Oh, my security team would never allow it. Of course, Ruth would also need to agree. Perhaps if you were to perform a few useful errands for the Order, have Ruth reach out when she's ready to talk, and...
I'm Jean Turker-Tyler, 6th base person for the Anti-Cleo's Darlings. Spacers.